I've been really considering the power of people's words lately, a lot more than I ever really have. And words are such a complex thing, not just the words themselves, but how people use them. Like, I'll start talking about David Goggins. He's a motivational speaker, fitness. I believe he's a retired Navy SEAL. Uh, Huge motivation guy though, and his whole thing is to just scream at you and make you almost like make you angry. He doesn't want to he might want to piss you off into working harder, but he's not trying to make you angry for no reason. He's the goal of his communication is to inspire you and make you want it, make you go harder. So, you could look at David Goggins, he says all these things like fuck you, you suck, get better. All those things which could sound horrible at face value, but what he's trying to do and what that effect is on a lot of people is they get riled up and that results in them going harder at exercise, which David Goggins believes is better for everyone's health. So he's not just talking to people to be a dick. He's not just trying to sound mean. He's not trying to make himself feel better. I truly don't think he's trying to do this for himself. I think he's trying to, maybe he wishes that somebody said this stuff to him when he was younger. He wished someone inspired him and, riled him up into working harder. So, David Goggins, I think he's a great man. I mean, people take his words poorly sometimes and they might feel worse, but the net effect of his life seems to be overwhelmingly positive. He's inspired couldn't tell you how many people. I mean, I could see millions, hundreds of thousands, I don't know, but I mean, I've heard people claim that he saved their lives just going harder at life, going harder in the gym, and you could argue that he's saying horrible things to people. Some people may see it like he's just a mean person who feels good from putting other people down, but I genuinely think that he's just trying to inspire people and make them work harder in the gym, in exercise. And, he wants people to run marathons, do the most intense physical training they can. And that stuff, I mean, it makes you feel better physically, mentally. Once it's over, I mean, just fundamentally, like, during that activity, everything sucks. Or at least, you feel bad in a lot of ways. You feel good in a lot of ways, but you feel bad in a lot of ways. You feel tired, fatigued, like you want to stop. And that makes after that feel so much better just by comparison. So exercise and feeling bad is just fundamentally needed to feel good. Like, if you never felt bad ever, I don't think you could ever feel good ever. You need both sides to understand, to give perspective, to give relativity. Like, that's a difficult thought to explain. Like, you would think like, oh, if I just took all the hard stuff out of my life and just did happy things all day, just played Xbox and went to the gym and ate my favorite foods, you would think like, what's wrong with that? But over time, you grow accustomed to things. Your body adjusts to things, and if all you have in your life is good, then eventually all that good will just feel like normal. Like, for example, with drugs, once you use a drug for the first time, I don't know. Let's say marijuana because it's not a horrible drug. All right, so you use marijuana the first time, and then you need to use a little bit more to get the same effects, right? As you continue using it, and I feel like that's not only because your body develops a tolerance to the drug, but because if you're so happy all the time, then you don't really understand sad, and eventually that happiness just becomes baseline. Your body always adjusts to everything you do, everything you feel, and you feel a good feeling long enough, eventually it'll just start to feel normal. And that's just your body adjusting, your body finding equilibrium. I mean, you can feel horrible every day too. Like, you could start running 5 miles every day. You'd feel horrible for the first 5 days. The first God knows how long, you'd feel horrible running 5 miles every day. And then eventually it would just feel normal. That's how your body adjusts. You become a long distance runner or whatever. Your body finds its equilibrium. It makes life easy for you by adjusting itself to fit your lifestyle. And if you're happy all the time, your body, you just can't be happy all the time. But fundamentally, you need sad to understand happy. You need to have both sides, or you can't have either side. But that's such a difficult concept to explain. It's like a reference point almost. Like, if there's nothing in space, then you can't really know if you're moving because you have nothing to compare yourself to moving to. You need reference points, you need perspective, you need the sad to have the perspective to see the happiness. I'm not saying people's lives can't be overwhelmingly happy, or more on the happy side or more on the sad side, but over time, in almost anything you do, your body adjusts slowly and brings it to normal. Like, if you eat 10,000 calories every day, your body will get bigger and bigger, and if you sit at 10,000 calories a day, let's say perfectly, your body will find a point where it stops and just, this is my ideal weight if I'm going to consume 10,000 calories a day. I mean, you could be exercising a ton and that would be healthy, but no matter how you slice it, your body's going to adjust to what you consume, what you do, your mental processes, every part of your life your body will adjust to. I feel like that logic is just uniform and consistent across. There's a good chance. Leave it in the comments if you can think of something that doesn't apply to the idea that I just mentioned. Like, yeah.